We are playing Dream. It is an indie title by Hypertronic, the publishers, and developers are Hypersloth, which made me laugh out loud when I first saw it on the screen. I'm like, the mental image of a sloth, like hyperactive, just made me laugh. And the Hypersloth, they actually play it up pretty well in the game. You probably won't see. I'll make you find it. How about that? It's pretty obvious. Anyway, let's hit enter and progress. I have almost finished the game. I was literally 2 clicks away from finishing. Or did I finish? No, I did finish. Yeah, I did finish. My save game was 2 clicks away, and I finished it, and then I have killed my save game because you can only have a single stream, a single save style game. Which, if you're watching Mastertronic and Hypersloth, could you fix that, please, so we could have multiple saves? Because it'd be really cool to play through with another person and just kind of compare what you're experiencing. Options. Resolution. Awesome resolution. Okay, 1920 by 1080 is what I play at, but look at this. I can keep going. 5760 by 1080 if I want to. I can have 3840 by 2160. Are you kidding me? That is awesome. I got my graphics and shadows and all this other stuff turned all the way up. VSync is really important. I've seen a lot of screen tearing going on when you spin really fast. So just be aware of that. You might see some. Look sensitivity, you can turn this up or down. I'm actually going to turn it all the way down. If you turn it up, let me just say that you could easily become motion sick if you're prone to that in a game like this. So I'm going to turn the look sensitivity all the way down. Separate sliders for music, voice, and sound effects, which is excellent. As you can hear, music is a little bit there, and I can turn it down if I want, but it's fine. It's fine. Voice volume is good, and sound effects, so we'll just save that. All right, you notice that we got Halloween. They put in a new Dream for Halloween. This game is not finished. It is still in early access on Steam. You see I'm in version 0.3.5. That was current as of when I am recording this, which is November 3rd. There you go. So it is current as of November 3rd, so we still have all the Halloween stuff in here. All right, that all being said, let's jump in and check out what it's like to dream a Hypersloth dream. Cubes matter. I don't know why cubes matter. I do sort of know why cubes matter. But the story isn't done yet. As far as I can tell, I mean, I've finished the last dream, but that's not the end of the story. Hypersloth is still making more. Mastertronic is still pushing more. Steam is still updating every once in a while. I would like to see this game finish, so I'd love for the developers to keep pushing forward. Give us some more dreams. Lead us more down this road of dream. Why the cubes? Why the cubes? Cubes! Really nice feature of the loading screens is they really play to the fact that this game's name is Dream. This is a loading screen. Love it. I love that they continually play to what the game is. That is awesome. I also love when you wake up here in a moment. There we go. You wake up and you're all blurry-eyed, bleary. I don't actually wake up like that. But
dream again.
I know some people do.
I should really turn the TV off and go to bed.
Now, if you love games in the vein of Myst and Riven and Uru and that, this game is very close to that. There are some differences, and we're going to talk about the differences and some of my frustrations with the game. But overall, it's much like Myst and Uru. Here I am. This is look sensitivity turned all the way down. My gosh. You move around with WASD, WASD. You look around with the mouse, control, crouch, and spaces jump. Hold down the shift key to run. Otherwise, you sort of walkish. All right. This guy was eating Chinese and drinking soda pop. Apparently. Oop, control. And he drank pizza. He drank pizza and ate beer as well. and he's reading Creepies and Crawlies. Right click allows you to zoom in your view, so you can kind of zoom in and get a view of what's going on. If something's far off and you want to see it, you can just right click and zoom in on it, which is cool. You can tell this is based in the UK based on the plugs. All right, so when I'm walking around, I'm just walking around. Nothing else really, impedes upon what I'm doing. When I approach something I need to interact with, I get a dot with interact. When I look away, I get the dot still, so I know that I crossed an interact point, but then it fades away after time, which is good if you're searching for a clue or something. You can kind of mouse around and then, oh, there's my interact. Now, if I hold over it, you'll see that the TV is flashing as well, so I can interact with the TV.
Well, that's another program you never finished, Howard.
And now we know our guy's name is Howard. What is he reading? Face It, Inside Issue. Top 10 worst chick flicks. That's awesome. So you can kind of walk around. So I can't interact with this, but I can zoom in on it, and then I can read it. Last Will and Testament of some guy, and there you go. All right, so there are all kinds of things. You can interact with the piano, if you so choose. The fact the door opens into me every single time just drives me crazy. I love this. Sloth. Angry sloth. It's the Hyper Sloth logo. And this whole like cleaver thing. The Halloween decorations are just hilariously awesome. Music. Music? Go away, music. I don't like you anymore. All right, and turn it on. And this guy...
God, it's cold in here.
There you go. He has reactions to things that you can't experience as a person. So cold or things like that. You can't experience it, but he does, and he vocalizes it. So I can open up a drawer, and I can see I have stuff in here. I can't actually do anything with that. It would be nice to see a little bit more in that vein. I like that I've got this mug right here. Is that Pinot Noir? What is that? Can't get up there. What is that? What is Galloway's Red? Huh, doesn't even say. Oh, and you can interact like stuff like this.
Damn, I'm starving.
Yeah. So all he has in here is some moldy takeout, some chocolate, some power kick, more beer, and whatever that is. I don't know what that is. All right. So you would think, oh, am I in a dream now? No, you're not in a dream now. He's apparently really doesn't like his mail.
Lights, Howard. Turn them off. The electricity bill was huge last time.
I don't care. And you can explore all these different rooms, which is really cool. I mean, again, this is the Halloween bit, so there's stuff here. There we go. That you don't get when they don't have the Halloween pack on, like the blood. It's just kind of funny. One of my frustrations is often the interact point for like those pole chains is pretty small. So I would have problems getting the interaction just right. All right.
Man, I'm so tired.
See, there's a Hyper Sloth logo right there.
You're tired all the time.
This is very much a... Okay, so we're going to... How do I put this? Oh, look at that. Bid farewell. I'd actually play that game, I think. No, kidding. All right. So really your only options here, as far as I ever found, was to look around the place and go to bed, which is cool because I kind of like sleeping. So everything that really matters to the game is, here's a shocker, in a dream. So let's go ahead and dream. I'm not going to do a whole lot in here because it would spoil some things, but we will talk about a few things. So
well,
let's interact.
Let's see what sleep shows me tonight.
Loading. Sleeping. All right. Every time you transition, you get this fade in, fade out thing, which is cool. At least tells you what's going on. Come on, dude. Go. All right. So then we've got all of the cubes, which we did see back in the beginning. Now I can interact with
Uncle Ed's old
There we go.
compass.
So
I doubt he ever actually needed it, but he still took it
inventory is interesting. You see that it's got back and Y, so you can use a controller if you want. So if I hit I bring up my inventory, and the list of all the items. I have a compass here. I find it interesting the compass is here. It tells me I need to find some more things. If I hit the compass, it comes into my equipped. I can close that and I can look down. Look at that. Doesn't really do anything. Go back to my hand. There we go. You'll notice that these two portals are blocked. That's future. This is, again, a game that is still a work in progress. Those are the future dream paths. As far as I can tell, anyway. Because this is the only dream path open in this weird snowy world. I was really tempted, like, could I climb this? I want to climb, but you can't. All right, we're going to go into the true dream sequence. That white area, as far as I can figure, is sort of like your holding area. Your subconscious, maybe? I don't know. I won't get too philosophical about it. All right, here we go. Waking back up. Now, this is where it starts to really remind me of Myst or Riven or any of those games, which is pretty high praise to remind me of those kind of games because those were amazing games and still are amazing games. Whereas Myst was a point and click where you would click to advance, I'm going to be able to advance on my own, which is awesome. I can choose my own lines, but I'm also looking for clues.
Man, this place is big. I'm never going to find anything useful.
Thankfully, they put some signs. We're going to go to the viewing point. So you can wander around free form and interact with various things. So, and then there's words like this. Simple investigation station. Interesting. And here's where we are-ish. You are here.
Having a map should help me find my way around.
Yeah.
Not that it looks like there's much to see.
Thanks, Howard. So you can't, sit down or anything like that, but you can explore around and you're looking for the littlest clues, the little things that just warn you, or I don't know, warn you, but tell you what to do next. If we look at our map, there we go. So we have some caves, we have some water, there's some maze entrances. So that's, yeah, we got that. Now what I found myself doing a lot was this. Until I learned my way around. Even after having played this game for 3 hours, which is what it took me to basically complete the game, including about an hour of being completely and utterly lost, I still can't necessarily get from A to B in this map without referring to the map, which is cool. So I'm looking for clues, anything that tells me what to do next, where to go next. That's sort of like Myst, but this is where my first beef shows up. What am I doing? Okay, I'm dreaming. Great. So let's wander around. The thing is, not everything I find, in fact, most of the things I find, like that, don't actually mean much.
It's hot in here. Reminds me of my uncle's greenhouse.
Yeah.
I used to sit in there and read Lord of the Flies. I felt like I was on that island.
Yeah, so it's a little bit about Howard, a little background story about Howard and his Howardliness. And that's great. I kind of like learning about my character, but at the same time, I don't know about my if I want to. Media studied for study's sake. Yay. All right, so we can go over here and we can check out.
All those TVs remind me of the media storage room at university.
Right. One other thing that I have found is he will often talk over himself. If there is a trigger point, he might trigger, if I keep walking, and it's probably not going to happen here. I know it happened twice to me, and I can't remember why.
Oh, look, it's Robot. I used to love that game when I was a kid. What's he doing in this junkyard?
So you find robot, and I'm like, okay, there's got to be something with robot. No, you didn't. No, I can't interact with any of that. So I'm completely alone. I can't jump on a lot of. Finally got on that rock. You can't do a lot of rock climbing, which is annoying. There are a few things like this. We'll get to that in just a second. But what am I doing? What am I here for? The first time I got in here, so this wasn't 3 hours, it was longer than that because I've downloaded this game a couple times, but I wandered around and around and around, and I didn't know what to do. I loved the scene. The graphics are gorgeous. It reminds me of being up in the mountains around here, and I love it. I love the detail of the rocks and all of that. The invisible walls annoy me, but that's just because I don't like invisible walls. But the graphics are beautiful, even, to the point of, look at this. They've got all the ports on the back of the monitor correct. That's some serious detail. Yeah, it's really easy to do it once and repeat it, but the point is a lot of people just skip that part. Here we go. I've seen a drop TV. They look a lot like that. There's great attention to detail going on in here. But what am I doing here? I'm wandering around a hot desert in a dream doing what? In Myst, you at least had a clue to start you on your trail. Riven, even Myst 3 Exile, which is sort of a pain in the butt, they all gave you a small clue. It was just very, very subtle clue. You might think, well, there's your clue right there, Dare. Go get the clue. Okay, let's go get the clue.
Junkyard. To dream of a junkyard shows you feel rejected. It can also represent a desire to rid yourself of bad habits and negative characteristics. Arcade. To see or play with an arcade machine in your dream can symbolize fun
there you
times
go.
From your childhood.
That's it. He's going to read it to us.
You may be looking for the comfort and safety of... Well, that would have been quite informative if I hadn't read it 1,000,000 times already in my dream meaning Bible. Still, I guess it doesn't hurt to be reminded of them.
So that's not a clue. That doesn't help me. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. It took me hours of wandering around this landscape to finally figure out how to advance to a different part of this same dream. And that is somewhere. And I don't want to ruin it for you, and that's why I'm sort of being really, really vague. If you like these kind of adventures where you're forced to really kind of scour for everything, then Dream might be up your alley. Oh, look, we're back to the viewing point. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it might be right up your alley. See, we got a thing right there. See it right there? Yeah, you can't get to that unless you figure out that down there. And I'm not going to tell you about that down there, because that actually is a large part of the dream. Ha ha ha. You know that much. I found out that much too. I went down there, I'm like, this has got to be a large part of the dream. This is a major thing. I'm not going to collect that thing. This is a major thing. But that's about as far as I got. Minor quibble about the game. I should be able to climb. Uh-oh, I'm stuck now. There. I got myself stuck somehow back here, and I had no way out. Because I was just trying to climb a rock, which logically, being from Colorado, my thought was climb the rock and see what's on the other side, because that's what we do around here. But no, that's a bad thing to do apparently, because of reasons. And that's really all I've got. Now, it does sound like I'm sort of down on the game for not giving me a clue, and I am sort of down on the game in that respect. This particular dream, once I got rolling on it, which took me a bit to actually get rolling on it, I'm trying to find one particular thing that I don't mind playing with. Hold on, I have to get a map, figure out where I am. 3 hours in the game, 4 hours or more total. And I still don't know where the bleeding heck I am. I went around there and then I think we go this way. Nope, nope. Yes, we do go this way. Should be. Because that was the little sea thing. Oh, now we're on the south side of the sea. And this is not what I thought it would. No. See, you wander around here and you still end up hopelessly lost wandering these desert paths. Okay, we're in... Okay, there is... Okay, I think I know where I am. I'm there. Okay, so we're going to go out. Went into that little alcovey thing here. Right? And so we're going to go past the alcovey thing. Oh yeah, there's a signpost. So we should just go straight. Yeah. Yeah. Got it now. Thanks a lot, Hypersloth, for getting me lost repeatedly. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Oh man, I would love. I mean, I do a lot of rock climbing and rock scrambling, bouldering. I would totally be the one to be climbing up there, and then running a little belay line down and just doing a climb up there. Be so amazing. I love that, but I feel restricted also because you can't climb in the game. It makes me kind of sad. I think I'm going the wrong way again, which is no big shock, really. Thankfully, this is a circle, and it will take me back to where I began, just where I want to go. Not truly where I began, but it'll take me back around. Yeah, okay, here's the entrance. Nope. I lied. Hey, there's a way out, I think. Oh my goodness, where is the, There it is. Okay, here we are at the entrance.
Oh, good. A graveyard.
So there's a puzzle here that will drive you crazy. It drove me crazy. Apparently Edward is here. Hi, Edward. How's it going? And there's a thing right there that you can get to. And a big, beautiful tree that looks completely out of place here in a desert. Anyway, so you can just kind of play around with these things, and I just walked around playing with them. So again, I if you love puzzles, and I do really like puzzle games. They're a lot of fun. I mean, some of the earliest memories I have are playing Myst and Riven. Some of the earliest really, in-depth gaming experiences I had were on Myst and Riven. So this is cool to me to come in here and play these kind of puzzles. But here's a puzzle. There's a puzzle. I have to get out the map. There's a puzzle in the middle. I kind of pointed that out to you as well. There's a puzzle in the middle. I'm trying to get the sun to fall on my map. Where are you going, son? Stop it. There. And then there's the collection. And then there's other dreams on top of this that you go into, and you delve deeper and deeper into this guy's, I guess you'd call it his subconscious. What's the end game? Well, in theory, it would be to find what the squares are. But how do I get there? What do I do? How do I even start when I enter a dream? There were so many times when I was so completely lost. Not that being lost in a beautiful environment is necessarily a bad thing, mind you. There's a couple of other environments in the other dreams that I was just like, I want out. Maybe it's because this kind of rock formation is close to me, physically close to me, that I loved wandering around here and exploring this whole area. I think the concept is great. I think it's awesome to pull out yet another of the the older game styles that aren't played as much anymore. The Mist and Riven style. I think that's awesome. The new graphics make this beautiful. I wish I could hop on rocks, because why not? Why can't I hop on rocks? Why am I constrained to them? Why can't I scramble the rocks? I would love to scramble the rocks. I know I'm asking for way too much, because scrambling on the rocks is a completely different technical feat than being able to hop on a few rocks. A few other glitches I found is that when I was holding something in my hand and I tried to walk out of one of the maze entrances, I sometimes get stuck in the maze entrance until I put my item away. But again, this is an early version, so yeah, can kind of expect that kind of thing. All right, if you're a Myst fan, check it out. It's worth it. You're probably going to be frustrated. You're probably going to be lost. You're probably going to be as angry. I was angry at one point. I was like, I want a clue. I want one clue on what I'm supposed to do. And I finally was just pressing every button, and I found a clue. I did something, and I was like, oh, wait. Did they tell me about that? They didn't. Well, they did, sort of, in a way. You have to remember things that actions, like I to open inventory. There's another action. Clue right there. There's another action. You need to remember that. And I was like, well, is there any other keys I'm missing? So I was like, well, let me go to options. And I went to options. No key binding. Well, that's a problem for me then. Because now I can't go and say, well, what key does what? Because technically there's only two keys. But there's I for inventory, and there's one other key, which you could roll the video back and see. And I can wake up. Which is actually how when I got stuck, when I was telling you about how I got stuck, this is how I got out of it. I woke up. So here we are back in our room with our bat. As soon as he stops with his googly thing, there we go. In fact, look at that. How about that? You get little connections like this. So you can sort of create a board of things, which is cool. You might end up taking notes yourself on little things. Yeah, definitely. If you're a Myst fan, check it out. If you've ever wanted to play Myst, but you don't want to, play a game that's that old and have to deal with the hurdles of compatibility mode and DOSBox and that kind of thing, I think Dream would fit in very nicely. It's still in progress, so expect changes, expect bug fixes, expect bugs, and hopefully they'll give us a timeline on the end game where we'll finally have all the bits of the puzzle all together and we can just sort of rock through it and check it out. I do wish they'd give me a few more hints, and multiple save games would be cool also. All right, I've been DerTebbers. It's been your indie game review of Dream. Now, go dream a little dream of a hypersloth. It's like saying hypersloth. All right, till next time. Bye.